Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. This is an episode a year in the making. How about that, huh? Several people have asked if we were going to do a best of video, and we're going to do 2 of them.
That's right.
And in this video, Randy's going to sit down and talk with us about the best graphic novels of 2013. I did get a couple, but I haven't read them yet. I'll just be honest with you.
I've done good with my reading of graphic novels, and here's the thing: it's what I read is probably not going to be what a whole lot of other people read. For example, 2 books that are huge from last year, rave reviews. One was March. The Martin Luther King Jr. book, and the other was Boxers and Saints. Okay. And this is about Chinese dynasties, everything. Those are 2 huge books. I'm not a big fan of reading history. It's not that fun and enjoyable to me.
Okay.
Even in comic book form, it's not that fun. So mine are going to lean more towards fictional kind of books.
Awesome.
However, before we get to that, qualifications for my books, nothing that's going to be collected that has been previously available as an individual issue this past year. So no Chew or Hawkeye or anything, Manhattan Projects, anything like that. This is all, either original new stuff or collections of older material that is, maybe it's cheaper now to get it this way because it's so expensive.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
Also, I'm not going to have any sort of art books or anything like that, but I would like to point out a couple of them that I did pick up.
Okay.
First being one of my favorite artists I mentioned last week, Charlie Adler, the art of Charlie Adler. This was Image Comics. This is what I like from an art book. It's not just looking at the pictures, but it's going through a timeline and almost a biography of Charlie Adler throughout his work history here.
Yeah. So
you get stories along with the writing or artwork that he did during that time period.
Awesome.
So everything from 2000 AD up to The Walking Dead and with what he did there.
Okay.
Similar, Dynamite also put out the art of Sean Phillips, and this is much the same way in where it's telling stories, giving information about the artist, and it's not just looking at pictures.
Right.
So a lot more enjoyable to me. Last book that is a big collection here is the Love and Rockets, the covers, and now this is mostly just taking a look at I want to make sure it's an appropriate one. It is just looking at the pictures, but these are the covers. It's specifically about that, and in the back of it, they do kind of go through and briefly tell what their purpose was with drawing these covers. So there is a little information there, but as a person that has a fan that's collected all the Love and Rockets books, it's nice to now have something that has just the covers that kind of goes along with the issues that I've read. So, fun stuff.
Very cool.
But it's not my top 10.
That's not the top 10. These are just the art books.
That's right.
He's got quite a stack here, folks. We're doing 10.
10, and I'm going to go through this quickly, so I'm not going to bore you guys with it. But hopefully you'll see one that catches your eye. First up, just barely made the list here at the end of the year there. Technically, kind of came out a little later, but it had a release date for December. Parker Slayground. The reason why this makes the list, Darwin Cook's art is beautiful. He really kind of cuts down the book, and it's the slimmest of all the series there, but it's absolutely beautiful artwork throughout the series. This is more of like an action story than the other Parker books have been. Okay. He steals some money from an armored car. Police see him. The police are crooked. They get some more men and are going to hunt him down to take the money from him while he's in a amusement park. So it was real fun. Okay. Almost way too short to read. I read that in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that.
Oh, really?
It was really short. Next up, number 9 for me is one that probably a lot of people haven't heard of. It's from Improper Books, is the name of the studio. It's Porcelain, a Gothic Tale. Okay. And this one's real cool. It's about this little girl who they just call her Child. She's an orphan, and she's going to break into this porcelain maker's house, climbs over the fence, gets caught, and he kind of adopts the girl. And the the artwork in that is stunning. It's beautiful artwork all throughout. That's what really impressed me with this is the art. If you guys can see that, it's worth it to check out. He makes all this porcelain stuff. There's a dark secret behind the porcelain that ensues, and they find out, and it's a great little story with it. It almost is like steampunk, but with porcelain. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. It's a different take.
That sounds cool, actually. Okay.
Number 8 on my list. Or no, I missed that. That was number 8. Number 9 on my list was this one here. We can make this number 8. It doesn't matter. They're all good. This is the Ring of the Seven Worlds. This is a Humanoids press book. Okay. And this one is about a little boy and girl, teenagers, I guess, Timo and Lucy, and it's sci-fi. They say steampunk. To me, it's just like futuristic. But it does have a blend of like old world with new world technology stuff. So maybe that's where steampunk comes along. And they live on this futuristic world where all of a sudden there's an attack that kind of throws their lives out of balance. They're on the run. And it's really cool because even though those are the characters that are mentioned on the back of the book, it's not necessarily just about them. There's groups of 2 or 3 different groups that the stories are weaving inward towards each other. Okay. I kind of wish this had maybe been a little bit smaller, and they would have taken the last half of this and expanded it, because the story almost became too rushed there at the end, and I would have liked them to kind of take more time, just because the rest of it was so good. Okay. But that's a real nice one, and that has more of an anime style art to it. Okay. But it's a French book, as most of the humanoid books are. Yeah. Yeah. So next up, number 7. I'm back on track. Is Gilbert Hernandez, book 1 of Maria M. And this right here, Maria M, is the mother of Luba and Fritz and Petra, the 3 women from the Love and Rocket series. Okay. And this is actually a movie in graphic novel form. They've done a couple of other books like this. Okay. And Fritz is an actress that she's portraying her mother throughout this story here. And it's just neat for me because I'm getting to see the history of one of the characters that maybe it's been told, but I haven't gotten to that stuff yet. I've not read most of the Luba stuff, just the Palomar books. Okay. So it's real neat, and it has the beautiful Gilbert Hernandez art. I'm not going to open this one up because you can catch inappropriate stuff here and there. But his art to me is one of those where it looks very simplistic, but it's very deceivingly simplistic. It's really has a lot more story and emotion and everything to his artwork. Cool. Very cool. Good one. My only collection of old material to make the list here is the very heavy Grant Morrison Animal Man Omnibus. This was something I did not read comics at the time when this came out. Okay. Very excited to pick it up whenever it did come out, and it goes from a very typical superhero story to a very bizarre breaking the fourth wall. I mean, this is almost breaking the fourth wall before there was Deadpool and whatnot. And there are things here that go beyond just what the conventional comic book was. This is groundbreaking work, kind of like what Watchmen and some of the other books coming out at the time were, just with the storytelling. Cool. So, been an awesome read here. It's been a hefty read. Good luck. But very good.
10-pound book,
it's like
there.
700 pages there.
Oh, wow. So yeah, dude, that's awesome.
So we're hitting the halfway mark here. Okay. Next up, and this is from the same company, First Second Press, that did Boxers and Saints and some other very acclaimed books. Red Handed, The Fine Art of Strange Crimes. This is the one that when we did the video way back when I first started out, I could not say this correctly. Took forever. This is Matt Kent's writing here, and the great thing about this is about a detective who has this. He uses all this the latest technology to solve crimes. He has a flawless record, and little by little there's something happening that he's not realizing, and that threatens his perfect record with the solving crimes. And this, for when I first started reading this, there were some confusing bits. I was like, wait, the editor did something wrong. It's out of order. I don't like what I'm seeing here. And then just bam, it starts clicking, and you go, oh my gosh, this is brilliant what this guy just did here. The ending just was one of those where I sat there for a moment and went, wow, okay, yeah. I see what he did. Kent's brilliant for this.
Wow, okay.
And it has really cool storytelling. Sometimes it's very minimal, where it's just black panels with talking with an interrogation you don't see. Other times it's pages from a newspaper article that you're having to read to find out some of the information. Just really cool how he uses just different ways to tell the story throughout.
Okay.
Good book.
Cool.
We have one of my two Paul Pope books to come out this year. This one came out at the beginning of the year. It is the One Trick Ripoff, and also it has Deep Cuts as the second half of the book. This is about a bad man named Tubby who decides that he wants to get away from the life of crime, so he decides the only way he can do that is to commit a crime against the bad guys he works for. And he's got his girlfriend Vim, who he's wanting to escape all this with. You know, is it possible? You'll have to read to find out if he can escape it. So it just has a very awesome Paul Pope art all throughout this book. And the cool part is the second half, Deep Cuts, is from 1993 to 1996, a bunch of short stories that he did. So it really doesn't have anything to do with the first part, but it's material that was printed here and there and very hard to find. So really, really cool stuff. That has the hardcover, which of course I got, and it does have the soft cover on this one, I know.
Cool.
Some of those other ones don't. Number 3. Battling Boy, the other Paul Pope book. This one right here is fun. It's an all-ages book. Everybody can read it. This is about Battling Boy. That's his name. He comes from this planet of superheroes, and kind of like an Asgardian planet. And he is coming of age, and so his father says, it's time for you to go through this, feats of strength, and sends him off to this Earth-like planet where he's going to have to defend it. All he has, his powers come from his t-shirts that he wears. They have different animals on them, and he gains the powers of those animals. So he has to fight monsters that keep attacking the city with the powers there. This also ties into the one-shot that came out earlier this year, The Death of Haggard West.
Okay.
Haggard West was that city's hero. He obviously died there because we have the Death of Haggard West.
Exactly.
And his daughter Aurora West also somehow works, into this as well. And we're going to see 3 more books, I believe, in the series. 2 Aurora West books that are drawn by some Spanish artists that Paul Pope handpicked, and then another Battling Boy book that will be Paul Pope as well.
Cool.
So, awesome series, just fun stuff. And we have to see just awesome Paul Pope art all throughout. I mean, when they have giant monsters and then these, the crazy costume. I love it.
That's cool.
So this one is a collection, and I think the stuff did come out this year. However, it was an online comic. Most comic readers that walk into a comic shop are not readers of the works that come out online. They're almost like 2 different types of comic readers.
Yeah.
And this one, though, is Cameron Stewart's. Dark Horse put out Titulo, and this, for me, makes number 2 on my list because I love anything that's a piece of existential work. This is almost how you tell an existential story. This is Alex. He has a normal life, goes to visit his grandfather in the retirement home and finds out his grandfather has passed away. Slowly, this mystery starts to unravel, and it's this dream-like sequence all throughout the book. Is he alive, or is he awake? Is he asleep? Which is the dream real? Is his life real? Which is it? It's very existential, like I said, and it has kind of like the Love and Rockets, the magic realism. There's something there where magic just seems to be a part of life. It's not like magic like wizards, but it's this stuff that kind of makes things happen or progresses the story, and you don't question it. You just accept that it's there.
Okay.
But this has an ending to it that is mind-blowing. I loved just how this one ended, and it was a page-turner for me.
Wait, that's Cameron Stewart again.
That's Cameron Stewart again.
Because he did the Parker book too.
No, that's
Darwin
Darwin
Cook. I got those confused. Okay.
This was Sea Guy and something else.
He did some Batman and Robin stuff before them, the previous year, but okay. Okay, so now, guys, we are down to number one.
Number one is another book from Humanoids, and the second volume to it just came out this year, so if we make another list for 2014, it might be on that list. This is District 14, beautifully written and drawn book. They are French writers and artists whose names are not readily available to me. But this book right here, Pierre Gabus, I guess, and Romuald Rudiman, whatever. They're French artists, and this book is about Michael. He is this elephant that sneaks into District 14. He's on the run from something. We don't know what, don't know why, and immediately he's being hounded and chased by the police. Runs into this photographer, a beaver photographer, Hector, and they become friends. They pal around. They start to uncover some mysteries that are going on that can shake the whole world of District 14. It's very noir with its storytelling. It's anthropomorphic animals there, but it's also humans and aliens living with each other, amongst each other, and the art in this book is just absolutely beautiful with it. The story is unlike anything I've read. Some people might compare it to the Black Sod, but I've never read that. This apparently does not have a lot of Black Sod, and a lot of these noir type stories tend to have a very slanted view of American life, and a European slanted view. And the good thing they said here is like it refrains from doing that. It just kind of tells the story without trying to push some sort of agenda with it. But love this. I love just about anything that kind of has that crime noir feel to it. This does. This was my favorite of the year, hands down, and I can't wait. I haven't been able to read the latest one, but I will read that. They also have one called the Adventures of Lady Rosenbaum or something like that also takes place in the same universe. So
cool.
Good books, guys. Tons of great graphic novels came out this last year. Please read them. Ask me anything you want about them. I don't want to reveal too much because I want you to get that same sensation that I got as I read through these.
Yeah, totally, man. Well, guys, there you have it. Those are the top picks, the top graphic novels of 2013. If you read these, let us know in the comments below. If your top 10 list was a little bit different, tell us in the comments below. Let us know what you got, what was different. Tell us your thoughts on the graphic novels. And, and stick to the criteria we kind of picked here. Original stuff or stuff that wasn't printed last year, then collected later on, or stuff like that.
We know some of you guys only read the stuff, the new books in the collected form.
Sure.
But maybe there's something else you picked up, or maybe this is encouraging you to go outside of your safety, comfort zone and pick up something new.
Yeah.
That's what it's done for me, and I never picked up a humanoid book until this year. That District 14 looked interesting, and bam, I'm hooked.
Now you got two of them in that stack.
I do.
You need to add Metabarons to that.
I have not read it. Metabarons or the Incals, or whatever that is, but we'll see.
Guys, that's it. Hey, we have another Best of 2013 video coming your way. Leave us a comment below. As always, he's Randy, I'm Chris. We are ExcaliburCCG.com. We look forward to your comments down below. Until our next video, take care.